Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm back in the Obsessed Home Theater lab. Last week I was here, I did some blind comparisons. We were able to do some fast switching between 3 sets of speakers. Last week I listened to the JTR Noesis 215 RTs. These are JTR's flagship monster speakers. These can run as full range speakers. They are rated basically all the way down to about 18 hertz. So we had this paired up with the JTR Captivator 4000 ULF TL, which stands for tall. It's a tall version of that. So these speakers we listened to, and we would switch over to the smaller ones. So this is the 212 RTs. So that is a reference tower from the Noesis series. And then all the way over here, I'll just do some B-roll. We have the 210 HT. And so during my blind testing, most of the time, my ears preferred the taller ones. Now, I couldn't tell which one I was listening to because we've got them towed in to such that when you're listening to 2 speakers, you can close your eyes and you would swear that you've got somebody singing straight in the middle. So the imaging is dead center. So no matter which speaker we were switching between, the center image was what I was hearing. So I didn't know that it was the outside speakers, middle, or the inside. Well, today I had an opportunity to swap out the 210s and really spend some time with the new Kallos. So the Kallos series was basically a result of us saying, Jeff, we love your speakers. We love JTR, we love the sound. But number one, they're big. I mean, goodness, I'm 5'11", and look, the speaker's taller than I am. It's almost 6 foot. The other thing, they don't look beautiful. You know, they don't have an amazing finish because these were designed to be in theaters like mine, a dedicated theater room, a space like this, where you're not really concerned about aesthetics. You're just looking for maximum performance. So we asked Jeff a while back, hey, could you design something that has JTR performance, but in a smaller form factor? And he said, absolutely. And he had already been thinking about it. I think we just kind of gave him the push, but he came out and designed the Kallos 465s. So this is a slim speaker. I'll tell you what, let me just take it off. I'll show you. So it's not very deep. It's only about 4 1/4 inches deep, maybe 5 inches deep, weighs about 25 pounds. So right in the middle, we've got a compression tweeter flanked by 2 mid-range drivers, and then these are bass radiators. Now this design allowed Jeff to make a very thin, very small profile speaker that could much more easily fit into living room setups, and then it's got a nicer finish than his standard finish here of just kind of a big rectangular black box. So today I even had some guests over and we put these up here, had a chance to listen to them, and we were super impressed with these. From a small form factor, I mean, these put out a ton of power. Now so far I've been really pleased with the sound of the Kallos 465. Jeff is even going to make a 265, so that'll be perfect for like your surrounds, side surrounds, rear surrounds. Just imagine from here down not being here. So you're gonna have a tweeter, a mid-range, and a passive radiator in a cabinet about that size. So it'll be a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller for your side surrounds if you don't wanna go with the full 465. But I can tell you right now, these things crank. They have great sound, smooth sound, definitely not harsh on the top end, but a ton of like output. These are rated about 123 decibels. And so to me, you're not going to need more than 123 decibels. You're going to get into hearing loss if you crank it up much louder than that anyway. And so you don't have to worry about having to turn the volume down when you're watching a movie. The other thing is these are super sensitive. They're, I think, 96 dB. I'll put it up on the screen. It's either 94 or 96 dB, depending on what you're feeding it. But this joker will get loud with very little amplification. I was just watching Scott Newby. He had Dawn over and he had a chance to listen to him, and he really had a great time experiencing the Kallos series. But one thing that they mention is, not only do they get loud, they're just really, really clean. And in a small form factor like this, it's really hard to get that level of output, that high output. So we've been hearing lots of great feedback at Audio Advice Live. Jeff had this in a 2.2 system setup. A lot of people came through it and were real impressed, not only with the fidelity and sound quality, the output, but also the two little sub 12s, man. These are compact subwoofers, 12 inches, 2,000 watt amplifier. We should be getting some of those in probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even a little bit sooner. So hopefully mid-September-ish. We're excited to get those in. I want to do some testing in this room, listen to them. We'll take some measurements to see how far they extend down. And of course, we'll share that with you here on the channel. But I just wanted to share with you, I'm really liking what I'm hearing out of the Kallos series. I think these are going to fit in a lot more people's homes than something like this or this. They just don't take up a whole lot of space. They're easy to mount. There's 2 keyholes on the back, so you can put 2 drywall anchors in or toggle bolts. Secure that to your wall. They don't weigh a lot. They're only 25 pounds, and so you don't have to worry about those coming down. Or you can do what we've done, put them on stands. These have been very secure. I'd recommend putting some sand or something heavy in your stands to keep them from wobbling. But these have been very, very secure in this room. And like I said, we've been jamming out most of the day with these. Now, I really like the natural finish on these, but if that doesn't go with your decor, of course, there's a black finish, so you can always get that. It fits in a little bit easier in a variety of room decors. But I'm super pumped about these. I think Jeff did an amazing job designing these. Got a lot of great feedback at Audio Advice Live when he had a 2.2 system set up. Don just went up to Scott Newby's house and heard them. He had a great video on that, sharing his experience. So I think these things are going just to be a big hit with many of you that can't put a massive tower in your, especially in your living room. But these could also fit very well in a dedicated theater space like this. And maybe you just want something very small and unobtrusive. So if you need these, we got them in stock. You can hit us up at obsessedhometheater.com. Pick those up. We'll get them shipped out to you, usually within like 1 to 2 business days. But just wanted to share with you just a little bit about the Kallos in case you're not familiar with them. I'm having fun up here. This is what I dreamed the lab would be. A place that I can come and swap out speakers and amplifiers and subwoofers and have a much bigger room and not have to continually rip apart my dedicated theater room. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this series as we bring you along, as we build out the lab and as we do some testing and listening and just sharing our experiences with you. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. You can hit me up at youthman@obsessedhometheater.com. I'll be happy to answer those and reach out to you and be of any help that I can. So hope you guys have an incredible week. God bless, and I'll catch you in the next video.